Citizens around the world, is it true that Athens is an Albanian city? Before I answer this question, I have to let you know that Illyrian tribes, all of them without any exception, spoke Hellenic dialects. The word koinon, which means community in ancient Illyrian and Albanian, coincides with k or kom in Albanian and in Celtic languages, which became koine, koinos, masculine noun in Greek, and koine, feminine noun in Greek. And the plural form, koinon, has been found all over Illyria. When I say all over Illyria, there are more koinons in Illyria there are in actual Greece. Actually, the word koinon in Greece is non-existent. Let me mention you the koinons that I have discovered so far. We have koinon labiatan, which is the plural form in Dorik dialect in Illyria, near the northern part of Albania called Shkodra. Next to it was the RDA tribe, which is also a Hellenic word, and this tribe had a koine. It was called Skodrinon. The koinons of two tribes, Labeates with Labiatan and RDA with Skodrinon, Lake Skodra, those tribes lived next to each other and they shared power. 2 years there was a king from the Labiatian side ruling the country, the capital Shkodra, and 2 other years were ruled by the other king from the RDA tribe. The RDA tribe spoke the Attic dialect, and the Labiatian tribe spoke the Doric dialect. Another famous koine was Rizon, from the word Riza, root in Greek. We have koinon Buthroton, koinon Skodrinon, and the most spectacular koinon is Drekanon, from the word Dreka, Darka in Albanian. The koinon Drekanon, of Albanian origin, has been found in the island of Chios. Unbelievable, it has been hidden for thousands of years. It has been discovered completely accidentally. So this is an Albanian word with a plural noun in Hellenic dialect, Attic dialect to be precise. Next to this koinon was the koinon Drepanon, which also means dinner, the same as in Albanian in Greece. In Albania we have koinon Drilon, from the word Drilos in Hellenic dialects, which means worm, and is the name of the river Drinos, which is in Albania, so Albanian has preserved the plural form of Hellenic dialects as koinon. We have koinon kaon, which means the koinon of chaoses. The word kaon has come from chaos, which is in English the same. We have in Albania koinon aulon. We have in Albania koinon dodon. We have in Albania koinon lisatan, in the city of Leja today, Lissus in ancient times. We have koinon daurson. We have koinon damastinon in Dardania. So, the name Albanian actually comes from ancient Hellenic dialects. It means the white race, the white people. The word Albanian actually comes from Albanopolis, or the capital of the Parthenoi tribe, which means white in all Indo-European languages. Dardanos means people from Dardania, and it comes from Darda, which means grain, and also pears in Albanian. So the name Dardanos has been created the same as Albanos, also Skodrinos. from Lake Skodra, where Skodrinon has been found in printed Skodrinon coins. Koinon Skodrinon. So the list goes on and on. Actually, the only koinons in ancient world have been found in Albania, in Illyria. In the most remote parts of Illyria, everywhere, there were Illyrian coins with this word koinon and the plural noun in Hellenic dialects. Finally, Athens. Athena was in Attic dialect and Athena was in Dorik dialect, the same as in Albanian. The funny thing is, Albanian language has preserved all cases of Hellenic dialects. In modern Greek, we have only 4 cases. In Albanian, we have all 6 cases of ancient Hellenic languages. Please look at the monitor and you'll be convinced yourself. So, as you can see on the monitor, we have nominative he-Athena, genitive tes Athenas, dative te Athenai, accusative ten Athenan, and vocative ā-haná. In Albanian, we have the same cases. Nominative Athena, genitive Athenas, so it's the same as Athenas. Dative Athena, accusative Athenan, the same as Athenan, and vocative ā-haná. So in Albanian we have the 6 cases, because the name Athena belongs to the first declension of feminine nouns in Hellenic Attic dialect, and Albanian has all these cases for all feminine nouns which belong to the first declension of Albanian nouns. So Albanian has not changed a bit in 30 centuries. Albanian has remained faithful to its mother tongue, Hellenic dialect of Attic dialect, for more than 3,000 years. Now we shall see that in modern Greek language is not Hellenic language. Now modern Greek was based on the Attic dialect, but the Greek people were the inhabitants of the Byzantium, and they spoke partly Greek. It's a vulgar Greek dialect similar to vulgar Latin, which was spoken by non-Roman people. Germanic tribes like Goths and Lombards, who settled in Italy, they began using Latin, but a vulgar Latin. This is the reason that Italian language does not correspond to Latin language. In a similar fashion, Greek people are the inhabitants of Byzantium, who rushed into Hellas after the fall of Constantinople, the capital of Second Rome, created by an Illyrian, Constantine the Great. These people were called Romanoi. They were not Greek, but they spoke a vulgar Hellenic dialect, which was called the Byzantium language. This is the language of Greeks today. So Greeks are not Hellenic people. Ancient Hellada and Illyricum were inhabited by Illyrian people, who are the true Hellenic people of Europe. This is the reason that Albanian language has preserved all Hellenic cases. While Greek people, they don't speak Greek. Let us see. Not only we have only 4 cases instead of 6 in Greek, but as you can see, also the accusative case has disappeared. So modern Greek has preserved only nominative and genitive, only 2 cases, nothing else, while Albanian has preserved 6 cases, the old ancient Hellenic cases. So in Byzantine Greek or modern Greek we have nominative Athena, which is pronounced Athena, not Athena, like ancient Hellenes pronounced it. Genitive, Athenas, and not Athenas as ancient people pronounce it. And accusative is Athena, so accusative has merged with the nominative, as you can see. So there are only two cases actually in Greek language. There are not even four, there are two cases. Also, the vocative has merged with the nominative. Greek language uses two cases, not four cases. Albanian language uses the old 6 cases in Hellenic languages. Now I'll explain you that the word Athena has been created according to the phonetic laws of Illyrian dialects. So, as you can see in the monitor, this is the accurate description of the Indo-European root for the name Athena. The word was gwen, an aspirated root. In Albanian it gave janë, which means wide and thick. Also in Albanian we have the word thana, which is a tree, very strong, very thick. In Persian we have a-gandan, which means fill up, aganis, which means full. So we have the copula a and the verb gandan, which means to fill up. In Armenian we have yogn, which is a merger of the preposition e plus the root oghon. And in ancient Greek, we have a very special adjective which has been used only once by Aeschylus in his tragedies. So Greek people didn't use this word. It's a combination of eu, which means good, and thenes, which means full. So we have ā-thenes, which means rich, wealthy, and Hesychius used also this word as ā-theneo, which means to flourish, to blossom. Eutheneia, fullness, wealth, blooming state. In Ionic dialect, we have euthenes, which means rich in full wealth. Also, it developed as a word later on as an Ionian and Attic word, eutheneo, to flourish, to blossom, and to be full and wealthy. We have also the derivative euthenia, which means fullness and wealth. In Lithuanian language, we have gana, which means sufficient, similar to Albanian jana, which means wide and thick. Ganeti, which means enough. Gandeti, to be sufficient. We have gana, sufficient. Goneti, enough in Old Slavic Church. And finally, we have in Greek athenos, athnos, which means plentiful, supply, richness. Athneos, wealthy. So as we can see, only in Greek language there has been this transformation of asm, which means one in ancient languages, and the root ghena. And this transformation from asm into a, the copula, it's a very specific Albanian and Greek development. In Albanian, it has become part of the personal pronoun. I, he, ajo, she. Ata, they, masculine. Ato, they, feminine. And the name Athena, which means virgin also, which means to blossom, has been recorded as the name of the Illyrian tribe Parthenoi, which means the virgins. Parthenos means to be born by God. In the same fashion that Athena was born from the head of Zeus, in the same way Parthenoi were born from God. They were the divine people, Parthenoi. It means to be virgin, to be born by a male god, not by a goddess. This name has a very specific Illyrian Hellenic flavor, because this myth does not exist in any other Indo-European culture. It's Albanian, Illyrian, Hellenic alone. So the name Athena, born from the head of Zeus, and Parthenoi, born from the head of Zeus, the same, fully armed. Also is the name of Parthos, an Illyrian city, and the name of Persia. So the name Persia was initially Partha, the same as Parthos. As you can see, in Illyricum and in Hellada in general, we have all Indo-European phonetic changes. So Illyricum is the seat of civilizations, the seat of Indo-European people, the origin of the name Athena and Parthenoi, which means virgins, which means to be born by a male god. Dear citizens around the world, are you convinced now that Athens is an Illyrian city? It has been inhabited by Albanians for ages. We Albanians have preserved all cases of Hellenic tongues. Hellenic tongues were separate dialects. They were unified only by grammar rules. The vocabulary of Albanian language is slightly different from the vocabulary of Greek languages. But, grammatically speaking, Illyrian dialects and Hellenic dialects were identical. Unlike other languages that are similar to Greek and Illyrian, Illyrian and Hellenic languages or dialects shared the same cases. This is unbelievable. So this is the first time that people around the world learn the truth that Athens is an Albanian city. Thank you for your attention and see you in other scientific films.